Yo, what's going on, boxing fans? Now, this is the night Usyk fighting um Dubra, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I got his name wrong, but this is the same night and it's late. But I can't sleep. There's so much. I missed the fight. I've seen a few clips, but I've got to speak about something because people are putting out a message that's just wrong. They can explain it properly, but they're choosing not to. So before I spoil anything, I want you to listen to something, right? I want you to listen to something, and then I'm gonna let him get. I'm gonna let him say a few words, and then I'm gonna come in and continue to talk. All right. So I want you to just pay attention to what this man has to say about the outcome or what happened in the fight. You know, the low blow. This is all about the low blow. All right. This is what the content's about, the low blow. So let's carry on.
Boxing King Media in association with Box Raw. Spence, what a great night of boxing. What a great night here outdoors in the football stadium. But controversy. Was it low? Wasn't it low? What's your opinion?
It weren't low. That's a fact. It weren't low. I watched it on the monitors. Didn't think it was low when it was thrown. I watched it on the monitors. And I know, as an ex-fighter, right, the waistband of the belt line on the body protector, on the bollock protector, is up here, yeah? That landed on the borderline when you watch it going in there. So it's landing in the pit of the stomach, really, because that protector's quite high. Alexander Usyk was rolling around like it landed somewhere else in his bollocks, and it hadn't landed there. So, you know, and I think with Usyk, you look at the one weakness he does have, if he's got any weakness to his game, is the body shots. He's been flawed as an amateur. When he was flawed as an amateur, it was with body shots. And he clearly didn't like the body shots in there tonight. Look.
Okay, so now he's putting out a straight up message. It wasn't low. Straight up and down message, it wasn't low. It wasn't low. So we're sounding like it was cheated. Okay, it's sounding like the message is trying to say that it was wrong, it wasn't low, so basically cheated. Okay, that's the message that comes across from what you just heard, right? Would you agree? So far, would you agree? Okay, so I'm going to show you another part. Now, this is when someone's being like, I don't know if the right word's deceiving, but just wrong about their actions. You understand? And by the way, I am happy that Usyk won. Because you know why? Can I just say something real quick? I didn't want them to fight. I didn't want Usyk to fight nobody else but Tyson. I understand what Frank Warren and Tyson Fury are doing. They're throwing opponents in the way, hoping that Usyk will lose. That way, you know, that fire is took away from his heart, so he's more easy to defeat in a way. There's more of a chance. You know, once someone takes that loss, their dreams and their hopes and all that shit is just out the window. You know, they start to see fear. And boxers know this. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think, well, I'm going to say I know. This is what Frank Warren and Tyson Fury wants. They want Usyk to lose. You understand? So back to what I was saying. I didn't want them two to fight. I didn't want them to. I like Danny Debris, or whatever his name is. You understand? And I like Usyk, obviously, in it. But that's why I was just sitting in the middle watching the fight. I'm just a man in the middle when it comes to this. I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not gonna say I want this guy to win or that guy to win. No, because I've seen that they've just thrown somebody in the way to hopefully do the work for him, right? So, and I know it's all part of the thing anyway, you know, like, you know, he had to fight him anyway because he's on the agenda list, right, you know? But it's still the same thing. You know, Fury's running, and it's part of the game to me. It's part of the game. But yeah, I hope there's no rematch, and not because of the whole thing itself, only because I want Usyk to fight Tyson. I want Usyk to beat Tyson. I really do. I really do. I want to see that fight. I just wish people would just stay out the way and just let the fights that we want to see happen. I want that to happen. So can we just have that? Mr. Running Man Frank Warren. Where you gonna run to now? I heard that you're jumping up saying you're gonna well, I'm gonna put it in with this video. But you're jumping up saying you're demanding a rematch. You know, there has to be a rematch. Angry like. Crazy. You understand? You look worried in your face, Frank Warren. What are you worried so much for? Huh? You're not even looking to fight Uzi until the rematch happens, right? You are crazy. We can see straight through you, Frank Warren. We see straight through you. I want you to understand that. I don't think you will, though. We all see straight through you. You and Tyson, fairy cake. Lames. Anyway, so I'm going to find the next part of this story so I can show you, you know, because remember what he was saying? He was saying, oh, it wasn't a low blow, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Now, I want to show you something else. Hold on a second, right? Okay, let's continue.
Immediately after the fight, and I said, after watching the replay, because he told me watch the replay, I go, did your mind change? Was it low or was it not low? He said it was still low after watching the replay.
Yeah, because he's saying, because that was the low. So what we didn't know, or what we don't know, is when a referee is refereeing a contest, he'll come in, so me and you are fighting, he'll come into my dressing room and say, right, this is, he reads the rules basically, this is what I'm allowing, this is what I'm not allowing. The referee may have gone in and said, no waistline, no, keep it above the waistline. So that's why he would have ruled it a low blow. But the point I'm making here...
No buts about it. No buts about it. Now let me say this, right? So there's also a side of boxing, which is basically low key. What most people don't know, that the referee will come into your dressing rooms and he'll talk about the rules in front of them, and he'll say, if he touches like the belt line, then it's a low blow. Do you understand? So that conversation took place. Anywhere on the belt line, if he hits the belt line, get me, it's a low blow. That conversation, well, let's go with them may have took place. I've got a feeling it did take place, and I can show other evidence to say it did take place, but I'm just going to say may have took place. So my point is this man knows this. He knows about this conversation, but he came on this stream. I won't use the words ranting, but you know, it wasn't a low blow. It wasn't a low blow, blah, blah. Oh, but it was a low blow by the rules that was set, right? Yeah, but technically, it never hit his nuts. Well, you know, one of his balls might have been up there. You know, one of his balls might have been by his belly button floating. You know, it happens sometimes. But I'm just saying though, like, you get me, like that's debatable. I can't answer that part of the question. Maybe he was milking the cow. Maybe he was milking the cow at the time, you know, getting some air back. Who knows? One thing we can say that Usyk ain't no chump, he ain't no cheat. So obviously, it is what it is. Get me? But at the same time, if there was a discussion behind the scenes saying no belt area, if you touch that belt area, it's a foul. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it was. So let's not try and make it look all dumbed down and stupid. You know, let's not try and make it look like unfair play when a conversation may have took place in the background with the ref saying if it hits anywhere on the belt line, it's a low blow. Okay? As for him sitting on the floor in pain, that's debatable. You're gonna have to speak to him about that. But other than that, yeah.
And he must understand this. So he's ruled it. So that may have been his rule. And so then he's right. But the point I'm making is it wasn't a low blow. But Usyk was acting like it was a low blow. He's rolling around on the floor and all that. Like, no, mate, that's not hit you in the bollocks. Get up. You know what I mean? And, you know, he done what he done. He done what he done. And I think it was, he showed what a great champion he is. You know, put that controversy aside. He put in a performance, and yeah, he done well.
Winner for Fury, it's Ngannou next before Usyk.
Put in a performance and done well. You see, what I will say though, in the name of what's his name? Why do I keep calling him Dubai? I'm not gonna keep calling him Dubai, right? I know his name's not Dubai. I'll keep calling him Dubai though. But call him Dubai for now. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for getting your name wrong. One thing I will say, people and me was expecting you, if anything, to win the fight with a knockout, like a straight up boom, one of your punches to the face, to the jaw, bang, knocking man's out. You know, when you look at your fight reel, that's what you're doing. You're stamping man's out with punches to the face, bang. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my point is this: if anything, it's a bit like an AJ situation for you. Everybody was expecting you to go in there with the knockout, the KO, the knockout. Now, some of y'all might be saying, technically, he did get him down on the floor like a knockout or whatever. But y'all are trying to say it was a knockout, right? It wasn't a low blow, it was a knockout. Well, if you want for the rules, then you might be right in it. I don't know. But on paper, it's not a knockout. It's definitely a foul because the rules were set that way. Do you understand? So there's no cheating involved at all. But I'm just saying, what for Daniel, I think people was expecting the big boy knockout from him. You know, I think if anything, he's upset and fouled himself because he probably was expecting to go in there and knock him out, catch him and knock him out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if anything, that's the kind of the disappointing side that, you know, I heard that he kind of lost his wing, you know, lost all his energy from the first round, that left jab that got him. It was a left jab, right? So anyway, I've got a few more things I want to show for examples. Back in a moment. Okay, so just having a look at some of the comments that people have made over there on Twitter, I guess. You see, and the thing is, this is just like people not knowing how the rules was set. People not knowing how the rules was set. And you gotta blame, you really gotta
Look at Usyk and Dubois.
Шорти вдягнуті, то це однакова висота.
If you look at Usyk and Dubois in the ring,
My shorts, like this, not this.
this is
Не можна бити.
this is how he comments, like.
Офігеть, у Усика шорти були високі. Комедія. Він програв і каже, що в мене шорти були. Я можу без шорт не боксувати. Скажи йому, будь ласка.
He says that how can Usyk be guilty in wearing shorts? I mean, the low blow comes not from Usyk wearing shorts like this, but from a low blow itself. Someone hits it. That's why he cannot be guilty of it. He proposed that he's ready to fight without shorts at all. Chris.
Alexander, Tyson Fury would have been watching this fight. Do you have a message for him, and are you going to fight him next?
Тайсон Ф'юрі, мабуть, дивився цей поєдинок. Чи є в тебе для нього меседж? І чи збираєшся ти з ним битися?
Якщо він хоче, я хочу.
If he wants it, I want it.
Тільки хай по яйцям не б'є.
But let he not beat me below the belt.
Alexander, do you think you need that Fury fight before you can retire? Whenever that, you have to face him before you finish your career.
Sounds rude. Чи потрібен тобі бій з Тайсоном Ф'юрі до того, як ти підеш на пенсію?
Yes, of course.
For example, is we speak that while in the ring after the fight, you can reveal the shoulder.
Ми бачили, як ти розмовляв із Деніелом Дюбуа у нього в куті. Ти можеш сказати, що ти йому сказав?
Yeah, I read information. Radio Dubois say if I lost, I get in the
I retire. I retire.
I retired. Yeah, I say, hey, it's not good.
You have to keep boxing.
Yeah, you young. You can training. It's stupid mind, but if I lost in this fight, I get out in boxing. But maybe it's emotion, but I don't know.
I like how he said that, you know. I do like how he said that. I'm sick and tired of boxers saying that. I'm going to retire, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to retire, you know, if I lose this fight. I'm sick of it. It is emotion. It is that. It's not even emotion. It's the first thing he said. I forgot what it was he said. But people sick that say that want attention. It's like they want a hug, right? Well, then again, people say it like as a bet. Like, I ain't gonna lose to that person. If I lose to him, I retire. Them people you don't expect to ever retire, you know. But okay, I'm gonna forward it to the part I want to show you.
Listen,
It's Hargovich is a mandatory, but if we're gonna get a unification, we're gonna go for unification. If unification is not done, of course, the Hargovich would be next.
Did you guys make an offer to Queensbury, or are you going to wait for them to make an offer?
That's kind of like a team secret, okay? Let's call that.
I revealed one.
You know what I like about Usyk and his team? Have y'all seen the manga? Oh, actually, it was made by Wu-Tang Clan, Afro Samurai. Have you ever seen that? For those of you that have seen that, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. What I like about Usyk and his team is, right, they just keep going forward. Like, it's like, I was gonna say like me, but I'm not on that kind of level. But anyway, they keep going forward no matter what. Every obstacle that comes into their way, they just run it over because they've got a goal. Like, Usyk wants to have all the bouts and is willing to do it all the right way. Like, it's crazy. I like that determination. I like that realism. Where's all the real people like that? Huh? Where is it? Where's all the real people like that though? God damn, that's something to be envy of. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. No wonder he's strong out here. Like the energy out here is madness anyway when you look at life. You get me? And it's like he's on the righteous path. Do you understand? Just keeps it real. That's what I like about Usyk and his teams, you know. That's why I've got a feeling he would actually beat Tyson, you know. I've got a feeling he would, you know. I just got this feeling. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard about the Tyson Tyson wants to fight. Frank Warren wants to fight to be in the UK or something like that. So, and in that case, you know, the money's got to be 50-50 if that's the case, isn't it? But because, like, you know, if it's in Saudi, they're going to be looking triple the money. So that's another pay cut Usyk has to lose, right? So by fighting in the UK, you see Tyson Fury and Frank Warren, you two are just messing up the sport right now. I swear. I don't even like to hear our names. I don't. I don't. You're tiresome, tiring, and it's like nothing but BS that comes out your mouth. We all know it's like you're old and sick. One of y'all are up and down on drugs, and the other one's like, you're just old and sick. Like, for real, y'all need to fix up your game plan because you're looking stupid out here. If I was a boxer, I would never want to join your side, just from how I've watched you on YouTube, conducted yourself, get me? You're the type that would lie to the public, like, what I'm trying to say, Tyson don't take drugs. No, but really, he's been taking all the drugs, boar meat and everything. You know what I'm trying to say? Get me? And all this VADA testing, I want to make sure, you better make sure Tyson Fury goes through all that. Let me say that again. The VADA testing stuff, you better make sure Tyson Fury goes through all that. You know what I'm saying? You better. I don't ever trust him. I know he takes all that stuff and gets through the net. That's why you play all these mad games. You understand? Anyway, let's carry on for a few minutes.
Last night. But we're working on it.
For example, do you think, obviously, you sold 40,000 tickets here? Do you think, obviously, in the Tyson Fury build-up, there was a bit of a debate about the split? Do you think that you've shown how valuable of an asset you are into the fight, and could make the negotiations a bit easier for a possible Fury fight?
Let me ask you a question. Sorry for it. Would Tyson Fury sell 40,000 tickets in Wrocław? What you think? Fighting Daniel Dubois. Would he?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Do you want me still to translate your question?
Yes, please.
Ти продав майже 40 тисяч квитків на арену.
Я зрозумів все, що він сказав.
Сорянчик. Підтверджуємо.
Клас.
Approved.
Alexander, were you disappointed to see your old coach in the corner and Daniel Dubois?
Трошки розчарований бачити свого колишнього тренера в куті Дюбуа, Башира.
No. Слухайте. Це
What I will do is say, you can see the title at the top, right? So you can go and watch this, you know what I'm saying, that in its whole detail and stuff, and you will see what I'm trying to find for you. It's really late and I'm getting tired, so I'm going to kind of end this now, but let me explain to you what I was looking for. Well, hardly looking, I was letting it play. Just shows how tired I am, right? Anyway, what I was looking for is where they're explaining about the referee coming into thingy bobs and having these discussions, laying out the rules, coming in and laying out the rules, coming into the locker rooms and laying out the rules. I was looking for that part. I've clearly missed it somewhere, yeah, so boom. Yeah, I was trying to look for a certain part. My bad. Let me see if I can find it.
Yes.
I wasn't there.
Umar wasn't there.
They don't discuss low blow at the rules meeting. No. But a low blow is a low blow. The belly button is the line. That's it. Okay. No, it's all over the world.
Daniel seems said otherwise. That's why I'm asking.
What do you mean?
That they said otherwise. They said that it was discussed at the rules meeting. That's why I'm asking.
Not with us.
Umar,
Yes.
normally at the rules meeting, it is discussed that if a fighter hits someone on purpose
There's 2 points.
below the belt, he has to be punished for 2 points.
Any intentional foul.
If he does it twice, he can be punished again or disqualified upon the discretion of the referee.
Let me clear it a little bit, guys. The rules meeting, we don't talk about the low blows. The low blow is discussed, then referee and inspectors coming to the locker room and giving you rules. And they say always, they come and say, watch your low blows. Everything up to the belly button up is okay. Everything below the belly button is no good. Make sure where you keep your trunk line. So everything is on top of a trunk line. If a punch lands, hits a skin and a trunk, that's okay. Can be. Some referees may say not okay. But then you see everything is, his hand lays right on the bell. Second of all, it's when you hit from top, that's a different story. But then you hit from up, doing like an uppercut, which was done in this case, and it hit the glove landed completely on the trunk line.
Under it.
Under the belt. So it is a low blow.
Unfortunately for IFL.
That was perfect. See how I found that? I just said, let me have one more try. Skipped it and I found the part I was trying to explain the whole time. That is crazy. Don't you think, everybody? That's crazy. And I'm glad that just happened. So yeah, like I'm saying, make sure you go over there and watch the full thing. And yeah, mission accomplished. On to the next. Please, everybody, just try stay out the way. I want Tyson Fury in that ring, man. And I want Uzi to destroy him. I really do. I don't want Tyson to win. I'm not going to lie. He's disgraced. This is his punishment to me. Uzi will be the one to dish out the punishment, you know. So, please, all your other boxers, sit down, man. Just let this fight come to fruition. Let it come to fruition. Anyway, blesses everybody. It's your boy. And I'm outie.
We shouldn't be having a discussion what happened afterwards. It should be counted out.
Obviously, Frank, we know there's no rematch clause, but looking at this now, because of what happened in the fight, will you look to try and maybe speak to the WBA?
We're not look to speak to them. They're going to get their door kicked in. We're going to be there and say, look at that. This is the rules. This is the rules meeting. We want a rematch, or there's going to be a problem, because I'm not going to stand for that. I've got to do the best for my fighter and protect my fighter's interests, and he won that fight.
So in that case, can it get overturned to no contest?
They won't. I don't know whether they will do that, but they certainly. That's what we will push for. But they certainly, the worst case is to give it a rematch.
I'm impressed with you with how Daniel handled the occasion. We talked about it, obviously he was.
I knew he was going to, I've told all you guys, I generally thought he could win the fight, and he should have won it, but he did handle it well, and there was a lot of pressure on him, irrespective of what anyone says. You're looking at your guys, getting in there, you look at his age, you look at the fighter he's in with, you look at all this, this crowd, partisan crowd, who were good people, by the way, there was no problem with them, they were good crowd, but you look at them all, and you think to yourself, you've got to handle that, and I thought he handled it quite well, and as I say, it took him a few rounds to get into it, but once he got into it, he did what he had to do.
It's early to say, but if the WBA don't give you what you want, what do you do next? Do you make the Fury fight?
They're going to have to do it, otherwise I'm sure they'll... Look, all I want is everybody to be fair. And that's it, just be fair. And he deserves that.
Fair. He said fair. Mr. King of Liars right here. Fair. You and Tyson Fury, fair. Really? No. You just want privilege in your own account and then to shame on everybody else. Would you call that fair?
He deserves to be champion. At the worst case, he deserves a rematch.